recording. Today I will be reading a book called esio trot, and let's continue. So let's continue on. We are reading esio trot. Now let's do the beast move. I just figured out how to do that, and manual zoom. I know autofocus zoom. This is a lot easier. So we are reading esio trot. Now it's introducing to you the characters Mr. Hoppy. He's there. And Alfie. He's there. Mrs. Silver is there. Pet shop owner. There. That one there. And the Thortos catcher. He's that thing on the bottom. So let's continue on. I love that zoom. It's awesome. So now if you have this book of your own, please run and go get it. Just like seriously, go run and get it. Because I'm probably not going to be showing you the pictures at all. I'm just going to be reading and reading and reading. So if you want to like go get the book and so that you can look at the pictures, I might show every once an ordinary picture, but that's all. So let's do this. And to Oliver and Luke. Author's note, esio trot. If you want to read the author's note, it's there, but you have to read backwards. You have to read backwards because the camera's backwards. I don't know why. My iPhone wasn't backwards. Yeah. Mr. Hoppy lived in a small, flat high up in a tall concert building. He lived alone. He had always been a lonely man, and now that he was retired from work, he was more lonely than ever. Full stop. There was two loves in Mr. Hoppy's life. One was the flowers he grew on his balcony. Full stop. They grew in pots and tubs and baskets, and the summer their little balcony became a riot of colour. Mr. Hoppy's second love was his secret, kept entirely himself. This picture. That's all I had to read there. I love this zoom. It's good. It's a little bit annoying. Yeah. Whoa. It's a lot of reading. The balcony immediately below Mr. Hoppy's gutted out and bit further from the building than his own. So what? Jutted out a bit further than the building than his own, said Mr. Hoppy. Always had a fine. Where is I at? I was just looking at the picture. View. Always had a fine view down there. Always had a fine view of what was going on down there. This balcony below to an attractive middle-aged lady called Mrs. Silver. Mrs. Silver was a widow who also lived alone, and although she didn't know it, she who was the object of Mr. Hoppy's secret love. He had loved her from his balcony for many years, but he was a very shy man, and he never was able to bring himself to give her even the smallest hint of his love. Every morning, Mr. Hoppy and Mrs. Silver exchanged colute conversation. The one looking down from above, the other looking up, but that was as far as it ever went. The distance between these balconies might not have been more than a few yards, but to Mr. Hoppy it seemed like a million miles. He longed to invite Mrs. Silver up for a cup of tea and a biscuit, but every time he was about to form the words on his lips, his courage failed him. And I said, he was a very, very shy man. Here's a picture. Why doesn't it say what page you're on? We're on page 6. Yeah, we're on page 6. Let me just disable Zoom. We're on page 6, by the way. And, manual Zoom. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's way better. It's way better than this. I'm not checking on the manual. Wait. That's what auto face is, and this is what I want. No. Let's just check it back on auto face. Okay, so, oh, I think he gets robbed. Oh, if only he kept telling himself, if only he could do something tremendous like saving her life or rescuing her from a gang of armed thugs. If only he could perform some great feat that would make him a hero in her own eyes. That's the picture. Him imagining beating up some thugs. That's all I had to read there. Just nothing. That's all I had to read. A little bit more. The trouble with Mrs. Silver was that it keeps zooming in on the book. The trouble with Mrs. Silver was that she gave all her love to somebody else. Somebody else called a small tortoise. A small tortoise called Alfie. Every day when Mr. Hoppy looked over his balcony and saw Mrs. Silver whispering endearments to Alfie and stroking his shell, he felt absurdly jealous. He wouldn't even have minded becoming a tortoise himself, for it meant Mrs. Silver stroking his shell each morning and whispering endearments into him. This picture, let me just go to manual zoom and zoom in on it. So yeah. Oh, I know why it's looking at it, because it thinks that's skin. Look, wait. See, we're zooming in on it. What? I didn't change the page. I might just stop it on there. It's about 8 minutes long. So yeah, we're up to page 8, if you were wondering. And goodbye. This is episode 1. Have some fun.